You're going to see the interview everyone is going to be talking about. Madonna, honest, unplugged, one-on-one with ABC's Cynthia McFadden, and the pop icon talked to you, Cynthia, about things that she normally leaves private, but you were able to get it out of her.
Well, Robin, it's great to see you.
Too.
It's fascinating. You know, what Madonna is not is warm and fuzzy, and she regards interviews with just about the same pleasure the rest of us reserve for root canals. What she is a true American original, tiny in person, but her accomplishments, of course, are huge. She is quite simply the top-selling female recording artist of all time. But that's not enough for her. She's busier than ever, and on February 3rd, a film that she co-wrote and directed called W.E. opens. 2 days later, she performs at the Super Bowl. She's gotten into the groove. Vogue. And of course, expressed herself. For nearly 3 decades, Madonna has created iconic songs and outrageous moments. But even by mega Madonna standards, these next few weeks are going to be huge. There's the new multi-million-dollar music deal. You had just signed a new record deal, $40 million.
Nobody's handed me $40 million. I don't know about that. Looks good on paper.
She's also headlining a little show at, you might have heard of it, the Super Bowl, in front of some 100 million viewers.
It's quite a daunting task because I have, you know, in the middle of this very important event in Americans' lives, I have to put on the greatest show on earth.
No pressure there. And then there's her passion project, 5 years in the making, the opening of the movie she co-wrote and directed, W.E.
Sweet.
Wallace and Edward, silly.
The movie centers on the fabled romance of King Edward VIII and Wallis Simpson, the American divorcee he gave up the throne for in 1936.
Your family will never stand for it. The Prime Minister won't stand for it.
He'll not give up the throne.
All the infinite topics, why this topic?
I wanted to know why he gave up so much for her and what it must feel like to be loved so much.
Have you ever been loved like that?
I don't know. That's a hard question to answer because I've never fallen in love with a king. I've certainly fallen in love with people who were willing to make big sacrifices for me. Possibly not as big as I would have liked them to make. And I've made very big sacrifices for people that I've loved, and I think that one does.
You're a romantic.
I am. Sorry.
These days, she's romantic with her 24-year-old boyfriend, dancer Brahim Zebat. Well, you're famously dating younger men. Lots of talk about that.
Is there lots of talk? Aren't people tired of that subject?
No.
Boring old chestnut. Okay, what do you want to know?
I want to know why.
Well, I didn't choose to, you know, I didn't like write down on a piece of paper, I'm now going to have a relationship with a younger man. It's just what happened.
You've said that being with someone that your children respect is important.
Yes, absolutely. It's a lot to live up to.
Then there's you. I mean, it's hard. I would be hard.
I'm the easy one.
I believe you, millions won't. Are you the easy one?
No, I don't know. I mean, I'm still, you know, I go home and I wash my face and I put on my sweatpants and I lay down on the bed and I say, oh, please rub my feet, and, you know, and he says, no, you rub my feet. Behind the curtain, I'm just like everybody else.
Maybe, but not many of us are working on a new album right now with the likes of MIA and Nicki Minaj. Minaj took to Twitter last month, claiming Madonna had kissed her. You're kissing girls again.
I am?
Nicki Minaj says you kissed her right on the mouth.
I did, but it was her birthday. I just gave her a birthday kiss.
Tongue?
No tongue. There was no tongue. Who said tongue?
I'm asking.
She has lovely lips. We sang happy birthday to her, and then I kissed her on the mouth.
A chaste birthday kiss, a long way from Madonna's more risque days. Remember erotica and her sex book? Well, now she's explaining sex to her kids. Have you had the sex talk with the older ones?
With my daughter, of course. My son, I don't think he's ready for that just yet. He's 11. I give him another year. Yeah.
And do you have the book at home?
The book?
Your sex book at home, or is that like banned
No.
at this point?
It's neither banned nor, I mean, I'm sure it's somewhere in a file, but I don't ban it. I do say to them sometimes, look, your mother is an artist. This is what I do. I've lived my life pushing the envelope. I'm not going to suddenly stop doing that because I have children.
In the final minutes of our conversation, we let viewers
No, it
pick
is
the
not.
topics.
What is
These
that?
are the questions that
Oh, God.
people wrote in, and we're not leaving here until you answer all of them. What was the last meal you cooked entirely by yourself?
I don't think I've ever cooked a meal entirely by myself.
Ever?
No.
Who makes the food?
Everybody. I have a cook. My daughter likes to cook. My son likes to cook.
Do you have anything you can cook?
My nannies cook. My housekeeper cooks. The drivers cook. Everybody cooks.
Do you cook anything?
No, but I do everything else. Do I have to do everything?
Do you miss being married?
Certain parts of it, yeah.
What parts?
Just feeling like being a part of a family unit and not having to make all the decisions on my own.
Of all of these, there's one question that almost blew up the internet.
Oh,
Do you have any idea what it is?
I don't know.
They want to know what you think about Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga has admitted being influenced by Madonna. But when Born This Way sounded more than a little similar to Express Yourself, some wondered if influence was plain out copying.
It feels reductive.
Is that good?
Look it up.
Woohoo! Well, of course, we looked it up. Reductive means simplified or crude, so Robin, not so much, I don't think. And she says a lot more about Lady Gaga and tonight on 2020.
Wow. That was something to see you,
Look,
with her.
I have to say, she of course respects Gaga as a talent, but she has a lot more to say about all of this than she has ever said before.
Super Bowl plans. What'd you say about that?
Well, I suggested she jump out of a plane onto the field, and she said, Cynthia, there's a roof on the stadium, not such a good idea. I learned subsequently it is retractable, but she has lots of plans. The night we talked to her, she was interviewing 150 dancers, so
wow, she's busy.
it's going to be a
Yeah, it
celebration.
will. Enough said. Cynthia, thank you. And Madonna's movie WE opens February 3rd. Can't get enough of Madonna. Look at her photos online and, of course, all of Cynthia's interview tonight on 2020.